Guess who got brands talking? Brandlive.co.za.
Welcome.
What's up? We back.
You connected?
Yeah, I'm connected. You connected?
I think so.
Yeah, so we're ready to rock this show, man.
Yeah, man. Welcome to it. It's the Geeks Connect show with your friendly neighborhood geeks. With your boy Misho here and your Uncle T. It is what it is right here on brandlive.co.za. The Geeks Connect show. This is the show where we connect you to the other geeks, to industry leaders, to innovation platforms, tools, and structures, and making sure that you do get those users, you do get traction. Welcome, my guy. What's up?
Nothing much, man. Just looking forward to the show. Shout out to Ria Koda. We see you. We know where you are. Thanks for watching while you're there. And to everybody who just tuned in, I see a lot of you guys just jumped into the Facebook Live feeds. What's up? We're ready for action. Don't forget to join the conversation on Twitter as well. Use the hashtag Geeks Connect. Hashtag Geeks Connect. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. And we're definitely live on Brand Live Radio, www.brandlive.co.za. He's coming. Yeah, so we got a very interesting guest today. We've got Mr. Emmanuel Bunoko, social entrepreneur. His guy's profile is incredible. You guys will enjoy the show. And if you have any questions for him, if you want to learn more about the challenges that he's gone through, just tune into the show, and he'll definitely be in. And don't forget to drop your questions. Any questions you guys want to ask, drop the questions there. If you guys have any particular event, I know tomorrow Engine One is having an event at the Innovation Hub. We'll talk about all those things later on. So, yeah, get ready for the show. It's about to get crazy. So, talking a little bit about the Innovation Hub tonight, it's the Innovation Hub Gap Awards happening at the Innovation Hub. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. But just want to give you a roundup of what's up, geeks, what's been happening within the tech space in the past week or so. So, yesterday, went to the ICT Youth Bootcamp hosted by Abuti Rams. It was at the Standard Bank Incubator. Great speakers came through from Zatna to DPME. Dr. Java was there talking about cybersecurity. So shout out to Abuti Rams for organizing the event, the Youth Bootcamp. It was just a way of bringing young entrepreneurs into a room and just talking about the possibilities and the use of technology and how they can use the different types of technologies to improve their businesses. So look out for that if you want to find out what went down. Look for the ICT Bootcamp, the hashtag ICT Bootcamp on. Look who just walked into the studio. He's here. Tiani is also back. Our guest is also back, so we'll tell you guys a little bit more. So yeah, the ICT Bootcamp happened yesterday at the Standard Bank Incubator. You can follow more about that. There's another one called Digital. So there's going to be a long program called Digital. Digital, like you'd say in Kitalia Kogas. So that's how you spell it. TAAL, Digital. Just look out for that on social media and for upcoming events related to digital. Welcome back, T.
Thank you, Misho. Yes. Startup Grind. How was that for you?
Startup Grind was pretty cool. Zach was there talking about investment and entrepreneurship. Talking about some of the challenges, but also some of the differences between angel investors and VCs. The difference between the two. How do you go about that? How do you prepare? What are the challenges? And the landscape within the South African space in terms of investors, and is there an appetite? And if there is an appetite, how do we prepare for such an appetite within the tech space? So yeah, that was Startup Grind Pretoria, and shout out to Monde hosting it for the very first time, taking over from G. So Monde is going to be the host for Startup Grind Pretoria going forward. Let's support him, homeboy from Mums. Let's just give him the love and support.
Mami Lodi. Yeah, so there's actually a Startup Grind Summit that is happening in February. So you can just go to startupgrind.com I think you'll say /summit, and then just see if there are opportunities for you, because you might get an opportunity to go attend startup grind in the States, man.
Yeah. So there's plenty of those opportunities. I mean, let's talk about this week. This is one of those week everybody's celebrating, talking
Yes.
entrepreneurship, left, right, and center. Everybody's talking entrepreneurship. What's been happening this week?
The Global Entrepreneurship Week is happening, but for the first time in South Africa, something quite cool happened. 22 Sloane Street in Bryanston has actually opened. So the Global Entrepreneurship Network, Gen Global,
Yeah.
have launched their African office in Johannesburg. They are housing over 200 startups, but here's the cool thing for me. They have 6 showers in the building.
Okay.
Yes, a cool spot for hackathons. So I'm looking forward to the first hackathon at the Global Entrepreneurship Network offices in Sandton. So go check it out. There are opportunities for you there. Just see how you can use the different opportunities to elevate your business. What are the tools? What are the resources? And how do you get connected? But in light of Global Entrepreneurship Week, we invited one of the coolest people in South Africa. Misha, you call this guy Nelson Mandela.
Really?
Is it because of the dress, of how
So-
he dress?
So just to give you a preview of who we're talking about, there's the guy, Mr. Bunolo Emmanuel. Right. The reason why I call him Nelson Mandela is, he's always nicely dressed in Nelson Mandela.
Unlike you.
Looking. That's not me. He's nicely dressed in Nelson Mandela t-shirt. So there he is. Can you guys see that? It's a bit dark. It's not because it's dark. It's just this reflection. So he'll also introduce us to his guest as well. We'll just talk to them very, very soon. Maybe a quick intro. Just a quick hi.
Well, what a great honor to be here, guys. I'm having fun. I'm loving the environment. I'm the founder of Ibunoko Foundation and Ibunoko Holdings, and I'm here with my colleague, and he'll introduce himself.
Okay, my name is Philip Machava. I'm the colleague of Manuel Bonoko. I work with him each and every day.
Okay.
Nice. That will be interesting to know how it feels working with him each and every single day. We always see him standing up and talking, but now maybe you'll get to tell us a little bit about how it is working with him each and every single day. We'll switch back to him now.
Yes. So remember, you can connect with us. #Geeks Connect at Brand Live Radio, at Geek Culture on social media platforms. Twitter. We are LinkedIn. We are YouTube. We are on Facebook. All over. So you can actually watch live, interact, ask questions.
All right, let's get down to it. Let's get down to it.
Let's get down to the interview, because this is a very busy man, and we thank him for availing time to come talk to us today. So firstly, Bunoko is your surname.
Yes.
But with that, there's Ibunoko Holdings,
Yeah.
and there's Ibunoko Foundation. Can you take us through that?
Sure. My journey, is being very interesting. I established the foundation first before I went to establish the holding company. I was studying towards becoming the green marketing at UNISA. Then I came with a book drive initiative. I spoke to some of my friends that let's just collect books and donate back to our community. And
Nice.
the book drive just gained so much momentum until 702. They really came on board to come and support us. And we went across South Africa to schools, NGO, to prisons. And then I spoke to a friend of mine, and I told him that, but what do you call this? Because we were still young at that time. I mean, I was 18. Yes. And it just, the momentum of the book, I mean, people really embraced the project very well. Then we started to do career expos, but also mentoring young people on enterprise development. And we're young. The foundation was not even yet formalized. But it was so humbling just to see so many corporates coming on board that time to really support us, give us funding, and even possible, partnership and resources. Then towards getting my degree, it's like, you know what, let me just formalize this into a proper organization,
Yeah.
to the foundation. And it really grew, and we have done exceptional well over the years. Then also towards getting my degree, it's like, okay, I've built such great networks under the foundation. I was blessed enough to work with some of the incredible companies, influential leaders. How about I go and establish a holding company, but also using my formal education, which is marketing. I got degree in marketing.
Yeah.
Then I went to study Ibunoko Holdings. So we're a marketing company. We do advertising, we do corporate PR, and branding, and also got interest in properties. So
Interesting.
yeah, so-
we'll dig a little bit into that.
yeah, so yeah, that's what I do under both companies. So foundation is more social, youth empowerment, and also just empowering young people to discover their own potential in life. Yeah.
So what drives you as a social entrepreneur? But maybe as well, maybe once you answer that, what's the difference between a social entrepreneur and a general entrepreneur that
Yeah.
everybody's talking? Because
Yeah.
there's this perception that social entrepreneurs are just always doing good.
Yes.
And,
Socialists.
Yes. They're not sustainable and all
Yeah.
those things. So what drives you as a social entrepreneur?
Firstly, I believe that you can become a social entrepreneur and make a lot of money. Doesn't mean that being social entrepreneur must be broke. I've met and I still work with some of the exceptional social entrepreneurs in South Africa that are multi-millionaires. So it doesn't mean that if you are social, you need to be broke. But for me, I mean, when I established the foundation, I was not even informed about what is social entrepreneurship, and the foundation, remember, is an NGO.
Yeah.
So for me, the motive at first was not to make money at all. I knew that as time goes, one is going to evolve and also embark on other business interests.
Sure.
So social, obviously, is more about, empowering, the community. It's more about impact. But at the same time, also, you still can make a lot of money. As I've worked with some of the clients, they're in the educational, business, environmental business. They're making impact, but at the same time, they are creating wealth.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that you need to be social, but need to be broke. And yeah, it's more about people, but also if they say serial entrepreneur, end of the day, for me, I believe that the bottom line of business has evolved. It's no longer about profit, but for me, it's about the impact now.
Yeah.
And as much as you are making money, you're doing well, but we need to be able to see the impact of your business. So for me, that's how I run my business. That make a lot of money, but also we want to see the impact.
Yeah. Do good, basically. You want to see more people growing.
Yes.
I'm quite fascinated. Your foundation, you were driving the book reading initiative.
Yeah.
So right now, the Department of Basic Education is trying to drive the issue of building a reading culture. Do you think we are getting there?
Yeah.
Do you think we are on the right track in terms of building the reading culture?
We are. For me, I always say, let's stop saying that, young people, especially black people, we are lazy. Let's stop saying that young people, they're not driven, they're not hungry for success. For me, especially with the work that I do within townships, I see a lot of greatness within townships.
Yeah.
I see young people coming with great business ideas. I see young people buying books. And now we've got even initiative called a Read Book Essay by the Sewa, and online platform. And for me, I respect the way he's doing, just to embrace the culture of the culture of reading amongst young people. So, and also the initiative really give us so much exposure to connect and relate with so many young people who are doing well out there. And sometimes as I've mentioned, we keep on saying young people, they don't want to read, young people, they're lazy, but unless you go on the ground and so for me, the way that I do expose me to so many young people, especially young people, and I see that there's definitely great progress. Young people are reading, young people are buying books, they're investing on their growth. So definitely there's a great progress.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But let's talk about 2017.
Yes.
There's been a lot happening here. Even right now, there are some things happening this
Yeah.
week. But how was the year for you? And do you think that South Africa has grown enough appetite for innovation and entrepreneurship, so to say?
Yeah. Good question. We still got a long way to go in South Africa in terms of really embracing the spirit of entrepreneurship amongst young people. I see the government, we are more vocal about entrepreneurship, but less has been done. And also, we do have young people that got the skills, they got the drive, but also they need the support. So for me, 2017 is being such a great year, and also just to learn and evolve, and also growth doesn't come easily, it's just being a year of significant growth, and above all, just to be in a platform where you're able to create employment for other young people. For me, that's been my heart desire. That's where one can, measure the impact and the growth of your company. As much as we get all these awards, we are being highly profiled, but for me, at the end of the day, it's about impact, it's about growth. So it's been a great year, and also just continue doing the Back to Gas initiative. That's something which is very close to my heart. Eskele out from Kasi Sosha, it's always good for me. It's always good to go back, man, and really empower Mautuko Kasi that it's possible, if you work hard, and also just to bring information at their disposal.
All right. So my next question to you is, we always celebrate successful people.
Yeah.
Mostly after accolades, and we see them all these places, right?
Yes.
And we all want to be like them and
Yes.
aspire to be like them.
Yeah.
But one thing we never hear is the real story, the beginning.
But it's true.
Like, what are some of the challenges you encounter? Like those
Yeah.
challenges, you're like, yo. I mean, there's a lot of young entrepreneurs looking up to you, coming up
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you think they should have a look at into and start fixing, or some just a way of saying, guys, there's things like this that one faces from a challenge point of view.
Yeah, good question here. And it's true. I mean, young people, they just admire what they see on social media.
Yeah.
And I always say, social media is not the business. They just admire you. Oh, my man, you won an award. Oh, Forbes, this and that. And I always say, it's good to be authentic and be real.
Yeah.
And tell people the real challenges, behind the scene. And for me, something I've learned on my journey, it was a matter of being able to sacrifice. From a tender age, I had to sacrifice so much, and people could not see the bigger picture of what I was doing. I mean, I was 18, 19 studying, and whereby I've lost so many friends along the way. Even at home, I remember there was a time they called family gathering, Kono, Malum to come and speak to me because they thought mentally I've lost it or there's something wrong because I'm doing something out of the norm. There you are, you're a qualified young man, and they expect you to go and find a job, and it's like you're pushing all this foundation work. And that time, even there was not even money coming in, and because starting a business, it takes time to emerge and start to make money. For me, it took more than 3 years, to become more sustainable and do well for myself. So I had to sacrifice quite a lot. Secondly, also, it was just the power of networking. For me, has really have done wonders in my life. And where I've built incredible networks from a tender age, the likes of Umeputi Mahanyele, Wundade Bonang. And, they really opened so many doors for me. I don't want to lie. And Les Brown, he once said, as much as you believe in yourselves, but sometimes you need somebody else to believe in you.
True.
You believe in yourself, you know that you're a go-getter, but you still need that ultimate person that can open doors for you.
Yeah.
So for me, I remember I went to Shanduka, when Puti, she was still the CEO at Shanduka, accompanied by our Deputy President, Ramaphosa. And I went there, I had my proposal, but it had so many errors. It was not well put together, but Puti, she's so potential in me, and she was able to invest in some of our projects.
Nice.
And that's how I gained momentum. So, but above all, my brother, is for me what kept me going is the power of sacrifice, discipline, and also faith in God. It's hard behind the scene, and I always say behind the scene we cry, we pray, we commit. And for me, that's been my journey. People could not see and understand what I was doing. And I remember years back when we were still studying, we went to UYFM. They had a small business event, and I went to pitch. And I told them that this is what I do, the foundation work. And they told me that, no, bruh, what you're doing is just a waste of time. You are useless. That's what they told me. Go and find better things to do. And that time, my brother, I felt like maybe...
Have they called you back for an interview?
My man, levels. I mean, God has been great. God has been great because they can't now deny the greatness. They can see that we've been making such a significant progress,
Yeah.
And God has just been doing things beyond my understanding, So they had to call me so many times,
Nice.
Especially also after being on Forbes, and some they even had to humble themselves that, hey, my man, koparo tshwarele, would not see something significant that
Yeah.
can come out of the foundation and really emerge and, even do other, a business interests. So, I've learned that it's okay to embrace your own journey. Not every person will believe in you. So that's been the story of my life, man, and really just to keep working hard, and also sometimes stop explaining yourself to people, because not every person will really support you. Yeah.
Yeah. Whew, so many levels today. So many levels. I mean, Misho here, nominee of the IT Personality of the Year.
Yes.
And we're sitting with Forbes 30 under 30.
Yes.
That has been something. Yeah. That's we are very much proud of you.
Yes.
You are one of our national assets. and I understand that there were 5 entrepreneurs in South
Yes.
Africa who were
Yeah.
chosen as 30 under 30 by Forbes.
Yeah.
But what do you think we need to do to bring about like a more fertile ground for entrepreneurship? This is either by us as activists, by the public institutions. What do you
Yes.
think is needed to make sure that the ground is more fertile?
Yeah. For me, I'll say it's about time that as black people, we really join forces. I always say that collaboration is the new innovation. So it's about time that we really, as black people, we support each other. As black people, we join forces. That's the only way we can grow. And we've been speaking and preaching that Jewish, they support each other. White people, they support each other. But us, as a black community, there's a division. We don't support each other. And if we can master that, definitely will go a long way. So it has to start with us. And also, and also back to high school. It's about time they create a program that also can help startups, young people to really come with programs that really can support them. And because I see so many young people after obtaining their qualifications, they want to go and start businesses, but they don't know the way about how do you go and starting a business. How do you get funding? How do you brand yourself? So we still got a long way to go. Starting back at high school, primary school. So there's a project I'm doing with Alan Gray, and we're going to primary school level and speak to young people about entrepreneurship and how do you start a business, how do you make money, how do you become sustainable. So I think if we can have such program in place, we'll definitely go a long way. But above all, for me, I believe that it's about time as black community we support each other. Let's stop black hate.
Ooh, okay. So the next question I'm going to pose it to you and your guest here. What are the 3 technologies that you would recommend to anyone, to any aspiring entrepreneur out there?
I can say social media.
Social media.
Yes.
Misho is a fan of social media, but what is that one platform that you say has been that platform for you, that thing?
Yeah, in terms of
which one do you use the most? Twitter, Facebook?
okay, Facebook. I use Facebook a lot just because of a lot of young entrepreneurs. We engage a lot on Facebook because it's easy to catch your bio in Facebook.
Oh, it's easy to catch your bio on Facebook.
Yes, and what do you do each and every day, because it's where you advertise your business each and every day, and that's where you put maybe you out to do maybe interview. That's where you advertise and maybe route it on Twitter.
Okay. And do you make use of analytics? How important are analytics for one's business? Maybe you can also jump in on that as well.
In terms of?
Analytics.
Yeah.
Being a data-centric entrepreneur, so to say.
Okay, I'm not sure that I'm following well.
Okay.
So for me, also something that I just to go back on my journey, and also in support of what you said, social media also for me has done wonders.
Okay.
Has opened so many business doors for me. And if you follow me on social media, you'll never see me do a lot of check-ins in hotels and this is what I eat. It's mainly about business. It's mainly about being able to impact knowledge. I always say use social media to impact, not to impress people. So for me, one of my testimony, I remember I got an inbox from Shell South Africa that we want to partner with you in some of your projects. Even Alan Gray, Coca-Cola, because these companies, they are always sort of searching or looking for potential, SMEs or young people they can work with. So I always say it's key as entrepreneurs to use social media effectively. Now for me, my man has done wonders, like things beyond my understanding. And I remember even when I met Ndata Mohale, the CEO of Shell, he once said, Emmanuel, before you walk in a boardroom, your social media on its own is a proposal towards shell. So before you go in, already about check out on Facebook in terms of who you are, what do you stand for, and also because these companies are looking for, people they can empower. By the end of the day, you must be a leader that if they invest or they support you, you'll be able to go and impact lives. So for me, social media has done wonders, my brother, on my personal brand and also in my companies. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And what other two technologies would you recommend for entrepreneurs?
Guys, two technologies beyond social media.
Okay.
So basically, is a particular app you're using that you use the most, that every day, no matter what you're using to run your business, to communicate with people, to manage, is there any particular platform that you use?
Is social media.
Okay,
yes,
social
Twitter,
media.
Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram.
All right.
Yeah, for me, my phone recently just fell in the toilet. I don't have a phone now. But I became depressed. I was so depressed that, my business is on hold because just using social media, I get, so many business opportunities. So social media for me, it really, really has an impact on my journey. And you guys must need to tell us what apps are you using in your company, in your business, so you can school us, eh?
Okay, no, don't worry. Misha will give you a tutorial.
Yes.
He'll give you a tutorial.
Yes.
Anyway, we all have different aspirations in life.
Yeah.
We get inspiration from different places. What are the two books would you recommend for entrepreneurs out there?
Okay, the first book, it has to be by Sia Maboko, The Best Advice I Ever Got. So he just combined, he profiled top CEOs in South Africa, sharing their business advice, their journey, and also what they've learned, tips to emerging entrepreneurs. Because, I loved what my brother asked me, that, sometimes people, they just admire what they see, your achievement, but they don't know the struggle. So that book would really speak about, the struggle of some of the top CEOs that we admire and respect today. I've read so many books. Secondly, also, I loved Leadership 2020 by DJ Zbu. The book also is very relative to us as black people, and also when I look at the man, what he has done for me, I respect him so much. He's a hustler. He doesn't wait for platform, but he create platform for himself. And that's something that all of us as black entrepreneurs that we can learn from him.
Yeah.
So Leadership 2020 and also Billionaire Under Construction by DJ Zbu, I think is an exceptional book. What else? And also recently I'm reading a book by Derek Nzabi, Business Tips to My Daughter. Exceptional books. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We thank you so much for coming to the show. What is your last message to the young geeks, the young entrepreneurs, the hustlers out there, Kokasi, to the Misho of this world?
Yeah. I'll say let's work together as a black community. Let's support each other. It goes back to what I said, that collaboration now is the new innovation. And we do have black excellence in our community. Let's stop saying black people are lazy. Let's stop saying that young people are not educated. We do have excellence. We do have young people that are doing well. But it's about time that we support them. It's about time that we give them platforms. And if we can start there, definitely, we'll go a long way. We'll definitely go a long way and have a great impact in the world.
All right, Mr. I want to call him Tate Emmanuel Sebunoko.
Yeah.
And Philip.
Yeah.
Philip Machava.
Philip Machava.
Yeah. Philip is here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming to the show. And we know that you are very busy. After this, you're going to be speaking at the Global Entrepreneurship Week in Sloane.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for coming to the show. We are going to take a quick ad break.
Yeah.
Immediately, we're going to play a song. And then we'll be back with some more guests in the studio as well. So it's going to be an interesting show.
Thank
See you just now.
Are you an innovator and solution provider? The Innovation Hub is looking for entrepreneurs in the ICT, advanced manufacturing, bioeconomy, and the green economy sectors.
If you have an innovative prototype or startup business which addresses an existing market need and you're predominantly based in Gauteng, we invite you to apply for one of our incubation programs. For more information, visit theinnovationhub.com or call 012-844-0000. The Innovation Hub is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are still tuned into the Geeks Connect show with your friendly neighborhood geeks. Myself, Uncle T, and your boy Misho.
Uncle T, aka Diane from Guyana, aka DJ Innovation, aka I don't know.
Yes, on the zeros and ones. We are broadcasting live in one of the boxes, at 27 boxes. This is the show that connects you to fellow geeks, to innovation tools, structures, platforms, to the app users, to the industry leaders. But this week, we are focusing on the Global Entrepreneurship Week.
Yeah, so it's a week of celebrating entrepreneurs all over the world, and we're doing that from a South African point of view. And it only makes sense to have a couple of entrepreneurs in studio. We just spoke to Emmanuel. Now we've got another interesting guest. Allow T to do an intro when the time is right.
They will introduce themselves. So we have a lot of suits in the studio today.
Yeah, man, I feel underdressed, you know? Like it's so like everybody's nicely dressed, formal, and we're sitting here with hoodies and sneakers. Let me just give you guys a sneak peek of what I'm talking about. Like everybody nicely, formally dressed, and look at T.
Yeah, man.
And look at me, like
yeah. And this is how I'm going to a gala dinner tonight. But yeah. Anyway, we are joined in by the team from the ICRD group. Lucky and Tsepo are in studio with us, and gentlemen, can you please introduce yourselves? Welcome.
Thank you very much, T, and to Misho. Greetings to everyone. Lucky from ICRD Group. I'm the executive chairman of ICRD Group, a think and do tank, committed to enabling better development outcomes through collaboration and innovation. We're based in the heart of the City of Gold, on number 40 Siemens Street in Johannesburg. Hope you guys can pay us a visit one day and come and check out what we're doing through our business clinic. And I'll give over to Tsepo to just greet you guys.
Dumelang everyone. My name is Tsepo Chocho, the executive corporate affairs in ICRD Group.
I think you need to give us that address once more.
We run the business clinic at 40 Siemens Street on the 6th floor in Johannesburg. It's a co-working space and a center for entrepreneurship. So we want to work with partners to build the entrepreneurial culture basically within the city of Johannesburg.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. So we're taking all things entrepreneurship, but we what we wanted to do was to also profile some of the platforms that entrepreneurs can go to, and we're proud to profile these three platforms as well in South Africa. So, Simodisa, it's led by that lady, what's her name, Madisa.
You're blushing.
Shut up, Misho. Anyway. Yes, Simodisa, the executive director of Simodisa is Matsi Modisa, and they provide more or less different opportunities for entrepreneurs. They have a lot of meetups, they do all sorts of things, resources and all that. But last week they launched a platform called the Venture Central. This is known to be a digital home for entrepreneurs. So go check out venturecentral.co.za and see what are the opportunities that you can take advantage of.
So one of the things that they also do, they've got this parts of this other program called Alpha Code. So anyone working within the fintech space, you need to check out Simodisa and Alpha Code as well. The next one that we're going to profile is Away2. So there's a organization called Away2 Projects, and now there's an Away2 Incubator app, one of South Africa's largest business incubators. The Away2 project has launched a mobile app aimed at all supporting entrepreneurs with skills development and funding. So all the support you need in the palm of your hands. All props and credit to Away2. They won at the MTN Business App Awards, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. but let's talk something there. There's skills development and funding in entrepreneurship. I'll pose this question to the ICRD group. How important is it to enable an entrepreneur education? Do you think we need more of that? Considering the fact that you have the procurement processes and all that.
Absolutely. I think skills development are critical, basically, as you know that learning is what we do to prepare for the future. So entrepreneurship really is not necessarily only about that, but we need to get all the four components, right. One is access to markets, access to technical skills, access to business support skills, access to finance. So I think it's not just about the training of entrepreneurs, which has traditionally we focused a lot on training, seeing entrepreneurship as a learnership sort of training program. But I think training without the other components, without access to markets, without access to finance, without access to technical skills, basically becomes futile. So you've got well-trained entrepreneurs, but who do not actually have a platform to execute what they've actually learned. So I think we need to really focus on building ecosystems and really creating enabling environments, for these entrepreneurial activities to happen. Whether we're talking about entrepreneurship for social change, social entrepreneurship, we're talking about entrepreneurship also within the green space, or basically within the tech space and so forth. So it's really important to look at really not only focusing on the training and development aspects only, but also the supporting aspects.
Awesome. Yeah, and the other one, Misha, you and I have been to, don't think there's anyone in Africa who has attended more hackathons than we have.
We deserve an award for this, man.
Yeah, man. Anybody, an award for us for the best hackathon attenders in Africa. But we also attended a lot of events, networking events, fleshing out business cards. Yeah. I think that was the thing in 2013.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was just walking around with stacks and stacks of business cards. And one of the biggest problems I had with that is, you give away business cards and a person walks home with a stack of that and doesn't really check them out. And you find that, they just get lost and just have a whole stack. But now there's Weza app. Veza.
It's a Zulu word, bring. But I don't think it's a Zulu word. The app was created in Cape Town.
No, it's definitely a Zulu word. Cape Town has a way of taking a lot of different names, native names, for products.
Anyway, yeah, but the newly launched app aims to replace business cards. Yes, there have been a lot of apps around that as well, trying to replace business cards. But my favorite in 2013 was an app that replaces sticky notes. Do you remember that?
Which one?
Yeah, so it either lets you replace sticky notes in meaning that you digitize everything, or if you have sticky notes on the wall, it could just scan that it brings them to a digital platform. So I think that was one of the most interesting apps in 2013. But yeah, a lot of things have been happening in the tech space. Obviously, we haven't forgotten about Zimbabwe. Yeah, it's interesting out there. But this morning, I saw a Twitter account that was created by the interim government of Zimbabwe. That is the most militant Twitter account I had ever seen. Do you know what they do? They tweet in capital letters. And in the Twitter sphere, if you tweet in capital letters, they say that you're shouting, basically. Yeah. So just imagine, the militant.
Maybe you can give us the handle so we can check it out.
It's Zim government. Zim government. So it's quite fascinating. Just imagine them going through the drill. You will not tweet about the coup, and then you go like, yes, sir, yes, and. It's just so fascinating. But of course, we are in thoughts with the Zimbabwe people. We wish for peace. We wish for whatever outcome will be for the benefit of the people and in bringing freedom. Freedom in any type of a way. Whether we're talking about digital freedom, we're talking about software freedom, the Wi-Fi freedom. Being able to connect to any Wi-Fi you want. But of course, we still need the the basic access to human rights,
I-
human
I-
dignity.
I just got a quick
speech.
quick question for our guest. What does GEW mean to you guys? What does Global Entrepreneurship Week mean to you guys? I mean, we're celebrating. It's an event, global event, going on for a whole week. After that, everybody goes back to their lives and everything like that. What does it mean to you guys, and can it be improved? What needs to happen after this stuff and after the talks, basically?
Basically, I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's important to give a week, in a year, specifically to build entrepreneurial culture, to promote entrepreneurial activities and so forth. But I think it should actually move beyond just a week, and I think it's a call to all of us basically who are working in building communities and so forth to ensure that we continue with best practices around building these communities. You know, for instance, we can look at basically monthly meetups and so forth for entrepreneurs, weekly activities at different platforms. Entrepreneurial platforms can continue throughout the course of the year. But I think it's good to actually have a time and a period during the course of the year where we focus on entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial culture, and showcasing the best of what we have in the country as well as across the world.
I think we didn't do justice to what do you guys do?
Basically, we
So maybe can you just tell us a little bit about the organization?
Yeah, sure.
And what is it that you guys do, so that all the geeks out there that want to tap into what you guys do can actually find out more.
Super. I will just talk a little bit about it, and I'll allow my corporate affairs executive to also touch base. So we are a think and do tank. So basically, we conceptualize programs, initiatives, around some of the key challenges and opportunities that our region faces, the country, the world, faces, and come up with solutions around it. We do it basically in collaboration with others. So we believe that working together, we can actually achieve, awesome results and so forth. So we established in 2009, really looking at how we can enable, better development outcomes, through collaboration and innovation, working with the private sector, the public sector, civil society organizations, working as well with academic institutions. So we would work basically on a topic such as, say, water and so forth, to say, how do we mainstream youth and women participation in the space? Through public-private partnerships, conceptualize a program. An example for this particular one would be an incubation program or a smart startup program for entrepreneurs in the water sector. So we would work with the local as well as international governments to initiate such and give opportunities for up-and-coming young people to basically undergo a training program with an opportunity to be linked up with role players within the market, technologies within the space, and to effectively actually start the idea from ideation to implementation. So some of the things that we do are basically within the enterprise development space, within managing corporate social investment, initiatives for corporates, but in a way that enables these initiatives and programs to actually be sustainable in the long run. Eh?
All right.
Yeah, I think like you said, mouthful. Just to add, we say ICID Group is it's a home for everyone, where geeks, innovators are welcome. As you can just figure it out from the background that Lucky gave, we do almost everything and anything. So we believe that we are a bunch of young people that are thinkers and doers. Hence, they call us Think Tank and Think and Do Tank. So yeah, just to go back to what you were talking about, the Global Entrepreneurship Week, I think this allows entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs want to be a time to reflect on the possibilities of being an entrepreneur, how that can change your life, can change your family's life, you can change also the world's life. I think entrepreneurship is the future, where we now are independent to everything that is controlling us. So when you are an entrepreneur, you are able to direct your life and direct other people's life in a good way, where you contribute and help develop the countries that we live in. I think we are very excited to say, we think big, we dream big. As entrepreneurs, it's important that we also share with the guys around us.
All right. So for those who just tuned in, you are listening to the Geeks Connection on brandlife.co.za. We're talking Global Entrepreneurship Week. There have been a lot of events happening. They are continuing at 20 Sloane Street in Bryanston. So we are almost at the end of the show. So we're just going to do a quick gig guide. Let's hear from the ICRG group. Where are you guys turning up for the next couple of days?
We've just launched a new exciting space, the Business Clinic. The website will be up, but it's the businessclinic.co.za, which will be a space for our young innovators, a home for entrepreneurs in the heart of the City of Gold. We're based in one of the historical buildings called the National Bank building. Yes. This building is 114 years old. It used to be, the Bank of, Johannesburg at some point. And it's exciting actually to be there and to be in a building where there are developers, programmers, entrepreneurs. I mean, there's also a billionaire there in that building who is actually also very excited to form part of our activities next year. So these monthly meetups, we'll be bringing people like that. I think it will be very interesting to see how people actually start their businesses and grow, their businesses from just an idea to, a multi-billion rand, business. And so we're super excited about what the Business Clinic will be doing in collaboration with our partners. Come check us out. Come visit us. Visit this co-working space and a space for entrepreneurs. We're not specific to just a green space. We're not only specific to social enterprises, but we're saying, if you're an innovator and you are passionate about South Africa, passionate about Africa, and passionate about making the world a better place, 40 Siemens on the 6th floor is your home.
Awesome.
There you have it.
Yeah, Misha, where are you turning up?
All right, so there's a Gap Awards happening tonight at the Innovation Hub. So we're celebrating entrepreneurs in the 4 sectors.
Yeah.
Within there's different 4 sectors there, but also township entrepreneurs as well. So Innovation Hub in Pretoria, that's where you're going to be.
Yeah, the CSR This-Side program, we're looking forward to that in December. The Geek Culture Vacation Work program in Mpumalanga is starting on the 27th, so that's an exciting one in 3 municipalities, Tabachewu, Tembisile Municipality, and Dr. J.S. Muroka. So be on the lookout for that, and if you are in the area, you can volunteer to be a mentor for that program. Yeah, and tomorrow the Engine One meetup is happening at the Innovation Hub.
Yeah.
I'm invited as a speaker. It's happening at 6.
They invited you.
Yeah. I don't know why, but they invited me as a speaker.
Couldn't find other speakers.
Oh wow, I'm also getting another invite now. Anyway, so there's the Engine One meetup happening at the Innovation Hub tomorrow, and same thing. I'm invited at 6:30 at the launch of an entrepreneurial platform called Binzu. Yeah, so looking forward to that as well. So a lot of things this month will be focused on entrepreneurship, looking at tools that help entrepreneurs accelerate and scale. It's
going to be an interesting weekend. So do you share us with your activities? What is it that you're up to? So we can follow it up and share with those that are, they might be around your area and want to be involved. But also check out the Business Clinic, right?
Yes.
Businessclinic.co.za coming up very soon. Once it's up, we'll post it for you guys. So if in Joburg, that's definitely another platform to have a look at.
Yes. That's where we'll leave it today.
Yeah, we done basically. So do continue connecting with us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Geek Culture, and let us know what you guys are doing and what you guys are thinking.
Yes, at Brand Live Radio, hashtag Geeks Connect. We are linked in. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all these platforms. So until next week, we out.
Peace.
Live from 27 boxes in the heart of Melville, this is brandlive.co.za. Harnessing the power of talk radio. brandlive.co.za.